Okay, welcome to Track Limits and Emotional Damage. Verstappen at the Nuremberg, Plow wins Long Beach, and Reddick at Kansas City. All that and more. Let's get into it.
Spill the tea.
All right, where's the tea? It's not a Formula One break without Verstappen in the headlines. Luckily, this time it wasn't for anything crazy other than him doing his quali for the 24 Hours at the Nuremberg. So overall, pretty good. I know we had some tragedy this weekend racing, but seemed like for Verstappen, it seemed to have gone pretty well. I know he came under fire for a few things. But I don't think that those are things that were in his control, so I just don't know if it's really worth kind of mentioning. I know did have a little bit of a tough start at the beginning, but was able to get up to second with a fairly decent lead until it got some damage.
Yeah, they had like a 30-minute pit stop, didn't they? Mm-hmm. Because they had to fix the damage.
Yeah, I think there was like a front wing or front splitter.
Doohickey.
Mm-hmm. Something that makes the car go fast and not fall off the ground.
Important.
Those important little details, it's kind of like remembering not to use too many or use enough tires. Those small little details, they can really make or break a race. I was going to say, it is good to see Max Verstappen driving. I mean, he's always fun to watch. So I think that it keeps us entertained while Formula One is currently in a temporary hiatus while everybody scrambles to figure out how to make a better car or better racing.
I heard Ferrari's making a lot of changes.
Yeah, and my guess is those rumors are 100% supplied by Ferrari. Of course, they got someone in the background.
We're making all the changes.
Yeah, we're making. Oh, our car has 1,000 more horsepower.
They're serving.
Yeah, they just have.
I would. I'd be like, we're totally rebuilding everything.
Exactly, right?
Why not?
Like, why not make the other teams question if you actually are? But more than likely, most teams are like, yeah, sure, Ferrari.
Yeah, totally.
Totally get it. Oh, man. Well, in other news, we had the Monaco of IndyCar this weekend at Long Beach. It's a very cool track and a very unforgiving track at that, with walls as close to that and not a lot of runoff. It does always make for a fun event in any racing format. But kind of going into it, looked like Kirkwood led the championship by a couple points, but is now been dethroned after Plow won. I'm saying that right? Plow?
No idea.
You're a big help. Keep me honest here. Sure. So now is in the lead, running about 17 laps. But it was good. Looks like it came down to basically, pit. Looks like there was a late caution. So obviously everybody dove into the pits to try and do that. Pretty decent race altogether. I didn't really get too much into it. It was tough going back to back from NASCAR to IndyCar on a Sunday afternoon, and especially with Indy being on the West Coast, it makes it a little bit more of a challenge.
Yeah, it's kind of late for you. It was a good race. The pit area just seems so chaotic. Like, I don't. Did you not get that vibe?
Well, those road courses where they're trying to fit things where, like, hey, we should put a racetrack here. A lot of times that tends to, I think a good example of that was, 2 weeks ago for NASCAR having the pit. The track is so short that they have to have pit lanes on both sides of the track type of thing. I know that's not similar, but I think it's just the case of, some of those tracks that are just either not, traditional tracks that can have that infrastructure or anything like that are always going to have that chaos. I mean, Monaco always seems like it's chaotic because, like, you have that, like, you going into the final turn and it's like you either turn a little bit early to go into the pits or you keep going to turn onto the front straight. So
That's true.
Yeah.
It just seems so chaotic and tight when they were all trying to get in at the same time.
But do you like that?
I like the chaos, yeah. I like a little chaos.
The chaos is always fun, and I mean, nowadays when you have cars that are so competitive, it's always going to come down to who does better in the pits, and I mean, where better to see that than NASCAR with Kansas City this last weekend, and we can jump
nice
into
pivot.
that. I know you like that.
That was a nice
zoom,
transition.
Zoom. Yeah, I mean, like those pits make a big difference, and like for those that have not made the transition from Formula One to watching NASCAR, yep, I'm on board. The pits go from lickety split to like you could have a full on coffee and a croissant before they get out of those pits. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched the other day. They're like, "Whoa, an 11-second pit? That's so long." I'm like, "That's like 5 pit stops."
Yeah.
in Formula One, so it's a little bit different format, that's for sure. But
well, and it's crazy when they start trying to fix the cars too, because it's just like they'll just jump on it, they'll just rip it off, and just it's like less guys, less efficient. Like it's 2 guys putting on 4 wheels, so like they run to one side, they just like throw the wheel. Like it's chaos. It's organized chaos. I think they practice that chaos, but
well, and it does
coming from F1, and they're just like gone, and you're like, and then they come in, and you're like, here's some water and snacks. Go on. It's a little different.
There's a little Biscoff for your weight.
Biscoff for your coffee?
It definitely is. But what makes it really interesting is you get a lot of good action as people come into the pits. I saw some, I forget who drives the Celsius car, but got taken out by 12 pulling into the pits. And then I think probably one of the worst was it number 9? Who I'm still learning I'm still learning names and numbers here. So
it's a lot. There's a lot more cars to learn, a lot more people. And they'll change the paint of the cars, so you'll like learn one paint.
I know, right?
They're like,
it. I love. Hear me out. This is one of my favorite things about NASCAR that you don't get in Formula One. I don't know if they do this in India. I haven't really paid attention, but in NASCAR, it's never they did it. It's the Nabisco car for Nestle Quick with the Nestle Quick Rabbit and all of his accoutrements car made by Ford. But sometimes like I love it because like you don't like it's easy to segue monster like the number 43 monster car, like that's an easy segue powered by Ford or whatever it is. That one's not powered by Ford, so don't get on me on for that one. But like the really awkward ones, and I'm guessing like the lower sponsorships, these are like Thank you so much to the Preparation H car for sponsoring my number 62 Ford car. It's great. We couldn't have done it without the Preparation A through F, but now that we have H, this is great. We're going to do great. And you're like, what? I can see literally I can see every single logo on your body, on your suit, on your hat. Like, you don't need to tell me that you're sponsored by them. I know.
Yeah. I got it.
All right, cool. But it always makes me laugh that obviously it's something that's required to, like, when you're talking to add in there. And obviously, I'm sure it could get to the point where sponsors, maybe do that eventually in like Formula One or other races. But I always find it always catches me off guard. I don't really care about it, but it just makes me laugh because I'm like, what? Why are we talking about that? Oh, okay, now we're talking about racing. Cool.
Yeah, that's funny. But no, it was a good race, I have to say. It ran green up until the end. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was nothing really, which was a bummer because I jumped. Yeah, I jumped in. I jumped in about halfway through the second stage. It was a real bummer because the 24 car, he qualified so well, and so I was like, oh, he wasn't like first, but he did a really
Byron.
Byron did a really good job of qualifying. So I was hoping to see really good, and I jump in, and he's like 15th. I'm like, well, oh, that must have got a bad start, and you just don't get back from it sometimes.
That's the thing with NASCAR is it like with F1 when a team is doing well, like they're winning races back to back to back. But in NASCAR, it's hard to win races back to back to back. That's why Tyler Reddick doing really well is very interesting. But it's just different in the sense of like, I mean, look at 20. He was running second, dropped to fourth, and then when they did the restart, he got knocked out down to 20. Like that sucks, But that's how it is. It changes so quick. Like you blink, yeah. And someone who was at fourth is now at 35.
Yeah, it was good racing there at the end between Denny Hamlin and Kyle Riddick. I thought Denny Hamlin was going to take it, but that late car caution, was able to obviously, NASCAR does a little bit different when it comes to they won't end the race under caution. So as soon as the track is cleaned up, they'll go to basically a shootout format for 2 laps. And so it's really interesting to see because obviously most people will pit because you're at the last laps. Now, I will say what'll make it interesting is Talladega is next weekend, which I'm going to be excited. And if you're at Talladega, come find me. I might be walking around. Lost?
Yeah.
You might be pointing me in the right direction, but you might see me there.
I can't wait to see you in the background.
There's something loud going on. Do you know what it is? I can't. It's like every 30 seconds. It's just, I have no idea. Which will be interesting. So Talladega for the stages. So last year I think they had tested, and I'll kind of circle back to Kansas City why this is important. But last year they tested kind of more equal. Each stage was almost equal in laps. And this year they're actually doing, for Talladega, they're flipping it so the longest stage is first and then the 2 shorter stages. So what will be interesting, and this is for Kansas City, this is what makes this super late caution very interesting, is the fact that all these teams are on old tires because it's the longest stage of the entire. Well, it's not the longest one with Kansas City. It's only like 100 miles and 100 laps in the last one. But you have a lot of teams that are waiting as long as possible not to pit to hope for that like late caution to be able to get on it. So now all of a sudden you run into this issue of a lot of people pitting, but how many tires are they taking? And is it going to pay off only taking some tires versus 2 tires? So if you look at that late caution pit stop, you saw the top 5, they all took two new tires, where everybody else took 4. And really, if that caution would have had like 3 or 4 laps left before, if they started racing before with 3 or 4 laps left. My guess is those cars that took all 4 tires probably would have been closer to the front, if not winning the races, because you could definitely tell they had the speed and the grip to make it past. It's just in a 2-lap shootout, there's just not enough time.
Yeah, and it sucked for Denny Hamlin because he does not do well on the starts, so. He basically he knew he wasn't gonna win it. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like he statistically does not do well, and Bell does really well, and Reddick does really well, and that's where they were able to push through. And I mean, until Bell, I really was excited for Bell. He has like a history at that track, and I think some other tracks of like coming in late to the party to lead. Like he'll wait until like 100 laps in, and then he'll take lead. And so it was just kind of fun to see him do that again. And I was kind of hoping he'd make it there, but it sucks.
Yeah, it was a bummer to see him kind of just fall back so quickly after leading for a good bit. He's an interesting one. I'm like mixed on if I'm a fan or not. for him. I will say, I'd love to get your thoughts. Do you really think, like, okay, so Hamlin ended up, what, fourth? You went from first to fourth with the caution, and all things considered, it was Reddick, Larson, Biscombe, Hamlin, and then Bubba Wallace, which was really good to see for Bubba Wallace. It was his 300th. His 300th race, so having a really good finish for him was awesome. It's a bummer he didn't win it because, I mean, everybody wants to win those milestone races. But that was really, really cool to see. But, you know, like, I don't think Hamlin really lost, and I'm going to start this conversation now, is Hamlin owns 2311 Racing, right? Riddick drives for 2311. Hamlin came in fourth. He would have been first or possibly second. But really, that starts to bring the question of, like, did he have a bad day? Like, is it a bad day when one of, you know, like, your team still won that you owned? And does he care more about them winning and, you know, like, him maybe not doing so well? Like, where's the line of, like, him getting excited and getting involved? You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like there's a little bit of malarkey going on here of, like, yeah, he could, you know, he wouldn't. I know he wouldn't, but, like, it just seems like there's this little extra push of, like, what's more beneficial to him, that team winning and then you get more sponsors, or him just winning another race and still being in contention. I mean, so he's I know I'm sure I'm not the first person to bring that up, but it is an interesting, it's like Red Bull and Racing Bulls, right? It just, it seems like it shouldn't be allowed.
They're still getting paid no matter what, so...
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think it is interesting because the 2311 team has been doing really well. And so Anne has been pushing him, like, have been meeting him consistently this season. So I think it is interesting to what degree, like... I mean, because, like, what do? You don't just stop racing. I mean, would you just stop racing and go to your own team and race? Or would you just continue doing what you're doing? Because for him, obviously he wants to win in podium, because who wouldn't want a trophy? But essentially he gets the trophy secondhand because he's the owner.
Well, I mean, it goes to his car, and
well, yeah.
I guess do you care more about your team winning or you winning? Obviously, he's a race car driver, so the answer is more than likely him winning. He wants to win.
Yeah.
But I did, you know, that kind of like crossed my mind.
But I doubt he went home very sad. Like he probably was like, okay.
All right. Well, maybe next time.
Right. Maybe next time. I don't know. I mean, I think he's been doing good this season too, and then 2311's been doing well. I didn't realize they had 4 cars in their roster. I thought it was just Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick, and like we were like watching. My husband's like, "Oh look, there's 2 more cars."
Yeah,
like, who are those people?
When they do the Toyota was gonna show you a car commercial, but we decided to save you and not. We're showing you Toyota Cam, Toyota.
I like that part. I think it's funny.
Yeah,
I'm like, somebody got a good idea in marketing.
Yeah. I mean, the Toyotas are. It seems like anybody in a Toyota this year is doing a really, really good job. So, I mean, it's good to see, and I'm sure as we get more into the season, it'll heat up. But yeah, it was really good. I was super happy until I turned on the TV. Suarez, you know, he is my Formula One connection and tea supplier, given that the family that he is now married into, and he was doing really well. He qualified so well. I think he qualified 7th, which I was like, whoa, he put a belter up there. And then I turned on the TV, and he was on like 20th. I'm like, ugh, come on, man. Gotta do better. But he was in first for a couple seconds there. That's
a couple seconds.
A couple seconds. Hey, you know, you let a lap.
Counts. First is first.
Just first is first. Now end this race right now so I can win it.
I mean, did you catch the tea though that did you catch that? So Kyle Busch is like pissed at Denny Hamlin because Denny Hamlin talked smack, I don't know, on his podcast about Kyle Busch, essentially just calling him old and was like, your contract's, you know, like, he was like, listen, dude, you haven't won. Your contract's up. Good luck. And then Kyle Busch is like, oh, I'd like to see him drive my car to see what he could run out of it. I don't know if that's how Kyle Busch talks, but growing up, I just like have this, I just remember him being like not nobody, people liked him, but he was like the, I don't know. He would like start fights and, you know, he was that type of person. But yeah, there was like a whole, the commentators were even talking about it. They were like, I guess he doesn't know what he says on his podcast.
I saw them and then I was like, I think it was, I don't know if it was Amazon, if I was watching it Amazon Prime or if I was watching it Fox Sports through Amazon. I can't remember which one.
I think I was
but
watching
they
Fox Sports.
They did it, and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say this right now. You guys suck at delivering tea. They're like,
oh my God, I guess they did it the worst way.
I had to go. I know what you're talking about now, and I had to like go look it up. And all they did was they just put up a tweet, and they didn't even read the tweet. They just put up a tweet of like some. I think it was they put up a tweet from Hamlin saying, "I run a podcast. I'm gonna get asked hard questions. I'm gonna answer them the way I see fit." Like they couldn't even bother to read that, but they couldn't even put it in context. They're just like, "Yeah, Kyle Busch is mad at Denny Hamlin," and then here's Denny Hamlin's response to what he's mad about. I'm like, what? Who cares about his response? What are they mad about? You suck. I am officially petitioning that if Fox Sports or any of these channels cannot handle this level of gossip correctly, that we will take it over and happily air it for them and make sure that it gets its proper justice.
Because
just say it. Just throw it out.
Love that type of gossip. And yeah, I mean, that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear, oh, he's took 4 tires. No, I want to hear what's happening at the bar later. Who's throwing fists? Like, I want to know what's going down, you know? I can't keep up on everything. I got a 9 to 5.
We gotta find the interesting bits and the teas.
Maybe I won't take as many naps during the race. Like, I want to know. Give me the tea.
But you got to tell us what the tea is first, and then we can get into it.
Come on, Fox.
And you do care how many tires they take. You secretly care.
I mean, obviously I know. But, I mean, ultimately, if I had to choose, I'm guessing, listen, if nobody told me how many tires they took, I'd probably guess 4. Oh. Because that's how many it takes to run the vehicle. But if they're like, do you want to know the tires or do you want to know the gossip? What do you think? I want to know the gossip. Come on.
Unless they can
Everybody
combine
wants
it
to
and
know
be like,
tea.
Unless they can combine it and be like, he only took 3 tires.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, see, I'd be down with that too. Where'd the 4th go? It rolled down the fairway. Like, come on. It took out a guy in lane 12.
And he's mad because he's like, hey, I was just standing here.
And then he rebutted on his podcast.
You've rebutted on his podcast that people stand in interesting places.
Yeah,
and sometimes
maybe don't stand where you can get hit by a tire.
Yeah, right. Don't stand where tires roll. Jesus.
No, I have to say, it's so annoying. The commercials, though, like, I'm paying to watch this through a streaming service because I don't have, like, actual cable. Mm-hmm. And, like, 3/4 of it is just commercials. Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I want to convert commercial. I would pay more for a commercial-free version. Mm-hmm. But that's not an option, and it's like annoying.
I think it's going to be tough to find a commercial-free version of anything that is basically 100% logos.
That's true. But the logos are on the cars, so I don't need commercials to go with the logos. Especially when there's stupid commercials.
On Amazon, though, when they cut to commercials, it, like, leaves the race up for me.
But not the commentators. I like the commentators, you know.
Oh, okay.
I like to know what's going on. And obviously, yeah, you can still see the race, but like I don't want to. I hate commercials.
I'm pretty sure they feel the
So
same
why don't
about
you break for this ad? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Hey, congratulations for all those you listening. We're not big enough to warrant these ad breaks.
Good job. You don't even have to pay it.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. Thank you.
Like and subscribe. We can use it. But yeah, I mean, I know it's like part of it is the commercials and stuff, but I want to watch the race.
Yeah, I get that.
Because usually something happens during the commercial. So then like they come back and they have to recap and replay, and it's like why can't I just watch it in real time?
Are you doing Fox or Amazon?
Fox.
It's expensive too.
Yeah.
Fox
it's like,
is like
20
I think
$20 or something.
I think some races are on Amazon does some races, but they just do the main quali and the main race. I don't think they do practice or anything. So if you want to watch practice or any of the extra stuff that comes along with it or the other cups.
Yeah, I like watching the lead up to the race too, like when they're talking to everybody and stuff. So that's why we watch it on Fox. That's the only thing we use it for. But yeah, it's not cheap, and yeah.
Yeah. Does NASCAR do their own version like Formula One does? I didn't see.
Not that I've seen. I think Fox kind of owns it. Like from what I could tell, you could pretty much only watch it through Fox. Like even if you're watching it through other streaming services, you're still watching it through Fox.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So they probably have like how Apple.
But if I'm
bought the rights to
wrong,
Formula One. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm wrong, please somebody tell us, because
Yeah. If there is something out there, let us know, because I would prefer to have like a direct connection to that. I would say we should let's next week for a Talladega, let's do the fantasy. We can set up our fantasy league on Friday. That would be fun.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, there's no ads because we're niche.
We're still new. We're niche. Whatever.
But yeah, that's our race recap after the race weekend. Verstappen doing quali for the 24 hours. The Long Beach, Indy Long Beach, and NASCAR Kansas. This week, if you're watching any racing, we have Talladega. Is this
Talladega?
Talladega.
The way you said that. Talladega.
Talladega. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm gonna be there and get to watch all the cars go room.
We better get some good footage from you.
I have pit passes, so I'll be able to go down into the pit lane, when they queue up to before they go out to the race and stuff like that. So we got a little bit of behind the scenes access that we'll be able to go check out. So it'll be fun. But really other than Talladega, IndyCar is on break for the before the IMS road course, May 9th, and then no F1 still until Miami, which would be May 4th, I believe. So stay tuned.
Well, I think that when's the 24-hour Nuremberg?
I think it's the second. I think that's the second week in May 14th to the 17th.